Okay. All right, looks like everything's live. Hi, everybody.
I have
Thank you for tuning into the latest session of that D&D podcast's Argent Springs Dungeon World campaign. God, it's a long string of words. Um, yeah, we'll be playing another session with some old adventurers and some new, and see what kind of shenanigans they can get into. So, before we get started, let's go down the list and introduce ourselves. My name's Aaron. I'm the DM, and I'll be playing the part of everything that's trying to kill or speak to the party tonight, aside from themselves, and maybe even them, depending on how badly they roll. Next up, let's go to Danielle.
Um, well, since you've already said my name, I will just say who I am playing.
That works. Spoiled it, sorry.
I will. What's that?
Said I spoiled it, sorry.
Oh, that's all right. I will be playing a druid named Six Voices as one.
Okay.
Huh.
It's totally fine.
It'll be fine.
Next, let's go to Janalo.
Hey, my name is Jonathan. On the Discord site, you usually call me John Olo or John Alon. I'm playing a thief named Quindolin this time around. She's pretty cool. She has a lot of, I like her backstory that I kind of made for her is she won, her parents were Green Cloaks.
Mm-hmm.
And they were the Green Cloaks that went to fight Halcyon and died.
Okay.
So she wanted revenge on that one because she wanted to be part of the Green Cloaks, like her parents. But she wasn't strong enough at the time. So when she trained I think I said 9 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
because it was the 9th session 9 weeks later, and it was 9 weeks later she was going to go defeat him. But then 4 adventurers already defeated Halcyon, and then basically became like starstruck
Mm-hmm.
by those 4 adventurers and stalked them.
That's healthy.
And joined the guild. And then 3 months after that, joined the guild.
Well, there you go. Next on the list, let's go to Monkus. I don't know your real name, so I'm just going to go by Discord names. Monkus.
I go by Monkus.
Okay.
In real life, at work, even. Hi, I'm Munkus. How are you?
I'm Monkus. Real life is Will, but I go by Monkus. I'll be playing Randall Stevens. He is an arcane duelist, and he's a bit of an asshole.
All right. Well, I guess we got that preface on there.
Noted.
I'm sure we'll get along somehow.
Well, you always need some fodder to sacrifice to whatever malevolent being is doing a thing, and no, that's fine. Renee, how's it going?
Me. It's going. So I'm playing Ucha, and I'm kind of a wandering soul, a dwarf cleric, and I have been off doing my own thing. She kind of pops in when she feels the need to. If she needs something to do, or if she wants to make sure that the guild has not unleashed the dark reign of evil on the world yet. Things,
Yeah,
she checks in.
that's fair. You check in when plot appropriate.
Yes, I try. She likes to be a good plot point.
Okay. Well, I guess a quick recap for those of you who this might be your first session playing or watching or listening. So the town we'll be playing in is called Argent Springs. It is basically post-apocalyptic. A giant ruined spire is sticking out of the ground and water comes out of it, and it's enough water to sustain, a small town. So a town kind of built up around it in this shitty desert, and the spire is also a really shitty dungeon full of shitty monsters that try to kill you. So there's not really enough water to do farming, so adventurers are kind of necessary for the town as far as killing monsters for food and that sort of stuff. And then some things happened. We're not going to get into all those, but at the end of last season, the party awakened a giant evil thing from beyond time, and it's kind of made life a little bit hard. So the town has sort of retreated from the outskirts into the first floor of the dungeon, where there's sort of an uneasy truce that exists between the people from the town, some orcs, some goblins, and some kobolds. So that's where we are now. And I had a question before we get started. What brought the four of you together to come do a job today? Feel free, anybody, to weigh in. No,
Mm,
yeah.
Gwendolyn always is probably whatever she needs to do, I guess. Like if Neem or any of the other characters or any other players would have told her to go,
Mm-hmm.
she probably went.
Okay. Anybody else have anything special that brought them together, or did you all just get kind of pulled names out of a hat and you're stuck together for a job?
I went. I escorted some pilgrims to a shrine, and then I took a pilgrimage of my own, and so I need to work with other people again.
Okay.
I'm sure it'll go really well.
You've kind of gone hermit Luke Skywalker there for a little while.
Yeah, there's times when you need to be by yourself, and then you realize that you probably should practice using your voice again. So
That's understandable. All right.
Randall needs food and money.
That is an understandable and reasonable motivation. So, Six, do you have anything special that kind of draws you to work for this besieged town?
Nothing special in particular, I guess. Six just came in from far out of town and needs a job.
Okay, well that works for me.
And there was an opening.
There's always an opening. We seem to have a little bit of a churn as far as HR matters go.
Oh, I bet.
So the four of you are gathered one morning, shortly after breakfast, when the kind of mess hall area clears out. There is a table you're all called over to. There is a human woman, and she's sitting on one side of the table with an orc, a kobold, and a goblin. And she motions for y'all to sit. And she says, "Hi. It looks like you are our next batch of volunteers. Do you need a drink or anything? I know it's kind of early, but we things are kind of rough out there, so I'd like to send people off with a drink if I can. Something small."
I'll take one.
Slide
If
you-
you're buying,
Well, yes, these are definitely on the house. They're as an orcish special blend, so it's kind of strong, but it does the job.
shit, I'll take two.
Small glasses are slid across the tables to those who want some.
We are grateful for your offer, but we will decline.
Okay.
Randall quickly grabs two drinks.
At the whole mention of we, the woman cocks an eyebrow and she goes, "Okay, well, you're mostly new faces to me. Hi, Ucha, how you been?"
I've done some traveling.
Uh-huh.
I see that you continue to have generous crowds here. Um, some pilgrimages, I spent some time seeking the secrets that I like to collect and
Mhm.
communing with my God. And it was time to come back to town.
That's fair. Um, okay, so we have sort of a special mission, and since you mentioned secrets, if you guys could keep this one quiet, it would be really appreciated. Um, something is basically diverting half of the water that's supposed to be coming out of here. So if we don't get it figured out, a lot of people might die. So, I figured this would be a good, trial run for some of you, and uh, see how you fare, and if you survive figuring out whatever it is, then we'll have more permanent work for you.
Well, this is a very important task, nonetheless.
Yes, water is good. You cannot survive on ale alone, I think. And then the orc, kind of sitting next to her, laughs, shakes his head. Okay,
Well, you can't even make ale without water.
that's true. That's true. And then the orc kind of sighs and he goes, "Fine." Um, so she looks at all of you and she's she's got an arm that she puts on the table. It's wrapped in cloth, but it's definitely like a bandaged arm that is not attached to a body. And she says, okay, so things work weird here. If you go to the room with the scanning, there's like a red glowing circle. If you hold the arm up to it, it'll let you go to another floor without needing to, I guess, kind of, walk there. It will transport you. And transport is a term she kind of tiptoes around when she says it. She says, yeah, so we think things are going wrong somewhere on the third floor. Uh, if you all be willing to check it out, we'd be definitely able to secure a more permanent setup for you all here, and we would, of course, be grateful in multiple ways. Does that sound like something you'd all be interested in doing for us, for me, for the town?
Randall tosses the 2 drinks back, gestures for one more, and says, "Sure, sure, sure."
You're going to be an expensive one.
Gwendolyn drinks her drink and asks, "Whose arm is that?"
Um, it it is not relevant to the job description.
And I say yes. Let's go.
So she slides the table or the arm across the table. And she goes, "God, I swear I end up with the weirdest things." Okay, so we've gotten reports from some kobolds. Um, like I said, somewhere on the did I say third or fourth? I can't read my own handwriting. Fourth.
Third.
Let's say
Third.
fourth this time. Why not? Yeah, so somewhere on the fourth floor, there's something that's nobody who we've sent to scout it out has reported back. But it's always that floor, so we think it's there. So if you could check that out and fix it, yeah, thanks. Here's the arm, and come back later for um, compensation. We're gonna need the arm back also, just to bring that back.
Got it.
It's important. um, so did y'all have any questions before you head out, or are you all good to go?
Has there been any speculation about what might have happened to slow the water or
Usually,
divert it?
usually when we have questions like that, the answer is monsters. So we're thinking monsters.
Well, you aren't wrong. The answer usually is monsters. Any particular kind? Has anyone made it down there to see anything, or?
All the parties we sent to the 4th floor haven't reported back.
So not even like close. Has no one heard a rumor?
The people on the 3rd floor hear sounds below, like rumbling and things through the stone floor and stuff, but nothing much more concrete than that because, the whole no survivors, no witnesses thing.
All right, well then. I suppose we better be prepared for something large and rumbly.
Yep. Have luck. Take fun.
We will.
Much fun.
So she sends you on your way, and did y'all need to get any supplies or anything before you head out, or is everybody good to go?
I should be good to go.
Think I'm set.
I'm set.
Okay.
I think I think this skill poisoner, do I have to prep what I'm taking?
Read the skill to me.
Hold on. Boop boop. I need to actually find it. My bad. You mastered the care, use the poison. Choose from the list below what poison is no longer dangerous to you. You can use it. You can also start with 3 uses of the poison you choose. When you have time to gather your materials in a safe place to brew, you can make 3 uses
Okay,
of the
that's
poison you
the
choose
one.
for free.
Yeah, I'm trying to handle this somewhere.
I have it's oil of tajid, bloodweed, golden root, and serpent tears.
Yeah, so I guess pick that now before we get rolling. So
Mhm.
we've got it, ready.
Serpent tears.
Okay. Anyone dealing damage to the target rolls twice and takes the better result. Damn. Okay. Pretty good.
But I also had to touch them, so
Yeah.
that's the issue. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's all fine.
it's totally okay.
It's fine.
All right. So, if y'all don't have any supplies you need, you head out and you're directed to the transport room. There's a glowing eye on a wall and a metal grate.
Who has the arm?
Who has the arm indeed?
I would think Quindolin would take it if no one else did.
Works for me.
I won't argue to hold the arm.
I guess put the arm on the scanner, right?
Mm-hmm. There's this beeping sound and like a red line sweeps over it a few times. And then it says, identity verified, travel unlocked, state destination.
Said 4th floor, right?
4-4.
Yes.
Go to the 4th floor, please.
Accepted. List number of party members to transport.
4.
Accepted. Party member 1, stand on transport service.
Yes, that's me.
So you feel this kind of weird, almost indescribable pulling sensation, and you hear rushing liquid. And all of the other 3 of you see a flash of light and Gwendolyn turn into goo and pour through the grate. And then maybe like 5 seconds later, you're kind of unaware of the passage of time, but probably about 5 or 10 seconds later, you appear on a grate in a very similar room, but your friends aren't around.
Ugh. That felt weird.
Party member 2, step on transportation surface.
I guess bolstered by drunken courage, Randall steps forward.
Another flash, another whoosh and goosh, I guess. Blech. Uh, yeah, yeah. You feel like you're being poured into a container and then poured out several times, and now you're in a room with Gwendolyn.
It's a weird feeling, right?
Yeah, I was not expecting that.
Ugh.
Jordan says, "Liquid courage to become a liquid person." Um, Party member 3, step on transportation surface.
I'll go and cross all my fingers.
It's really easy to cross them when they're just sort of like a uniform puddle that you are also made of. And yeah, you arrive intact. Your ears are kind of ringing, and everything feels weird and tingly, like somebody got all the hair on your arms and then pulled it out and then transplanted it in a slightly different place on your arms. But aside from that, you're fine.
Yeah. So I look at the other two and I'm like, let's not travel like this ever again.
Especially not after drinking.
Party member 4, step on transportation surface. Excuse me. Hiccups. Oh no.
It has been rather interesting watching everyone else turn into goo or liquid.
It's just what you were hoping to do, right?
We're not sure, but let's find out.
So as you are liquefied and poured through a grate, very briefly in the transportation process, you feel separated from yourself, and it doesn't last long. And by the time you reconstitute, it's kind of just like a distant memory, but probably not great. Probably not great. But hey everybody, welcome to the 3rd floor. How's it going?
Why are we on the 3rd floor?
Oh, 4th. Shit, I'm bad at numbers today. It's miscalibrated. You tried to sneak in with an arm, so
About to say, how did the arm get back together?
it doesn't count as a whole person. It's fine.
It's a
I
belonging.
do wonder what would have happened if we had
Yeah.
5 people.
Oh shit, I remembered a thing. That's a good thing you didn't.
Oh.
That's a good thing you didn't. Haha. So yes, you're on the 4th floor. It's relatively quiet. You hear a rumbling sound off in the distance, but there's no like signs of life or critters or any other weird noises you would expect to hear underground. Just the rumbling. Seems to be coming from somewhere off to the west. Excuse me.
So we're still in this small transporter room right now, right?
Yes.
And it's to the west.
Yeah, it's to the west of where you guys are right now.
Are there any other exit? Are there any exits to the room?
Oh yeah. You can head. There's one to the north, and it looks like it leads kind of to a bigger room that expands in different directions. You can't really see where it goes from here, but yeah. Let me see. Okay. I'm gonna draw a really shitty map for you guys. There you go. The small box is where you are now. The big box is where you can be.
That's the north, correct? Or is that to
Yes.
the west?
That's north. That's the only exit out of the little transport room.
Oh, okay.
I guess we should head north.
Yep.
Hey, it's really dark in here. Does anybody have like any way to mitigate that by any chance on them?
Hold on. I gotta see here.
If you
I have Adventurous Gear.
Okay, yeah. If you want to mark off a use of it, you can use some torches. I just thought it'd be fun if nobody had anything and you had to goose yourself back upstairs to go buy torches.
Okay.
Go to Fantasy
Uh.
Home Depot or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll light a torch.
Okay. All right. So in this, are y'all heading? Yeah, you said you're heading north. Okay. So
Yes.
in this room, you've got another path heading north. You've got one heading east, and then there's like this weird rubble off what used to be a western exit. And at the very edge of your torchlight, in the room to the east, you can see a figure floating.
That looks like trouble.
Floating behind what appears to be a table. And then
Oh, they're gonna sell some bad shit. We don't want to go that way.
Randall
I'm
suggests
using-
north.
I'm using in my experience here. There's gonna be evil blood, and just don't buy it. Don't drink it either.
yeah, that's really
What?
Can we tell what is on the table from here?
there appear to be a few things, like there's a couple, looks like amulets or something. There's a faintly glowing bottle, and then there's something in a box.
On the bottle comment,
Hmm.
Gwendolyn's gonna go because she has a poison slash
A thing for
potion.
bottles.
Yeah, she has a thing for bottles.
Okay. So there's just a person. Well, okay, person is. There is a.
Randall says, "God damn it," and follows.
A being.
There is a thing wearing. It looks to be wrapped in either bandages or skins or something, and it's floating, and it smiles broadly when you approach, and it goes, "Welcome to the shop. What do you seek?"
What's in the bottle?
Oh, bottle of very special elixir. Is trapped essence of fire elemental. Very useful.
We will
How
wait
much do you
outside.
want for it?
What'd you say, Danielle?
We will wait outside the room and keep a lookout since we have no money to spend here.
Oh, money's not what is being traded here. You
Right.
have much to offer.
Yeah, Randall turns on his heel and gets the hell out of the room.
So it says, if you wish for this bottle, we only request half an hour a day of your time.
Half of the day for my own time.
Half an hour a day. Does your kind measure time in hours?
Yes. So you want? I guess yes.
Very well. Here is the bottle, and here is a complimentary hourglass, so that you can properly understand what you have given.
Thank you.
Uja makes a mental note to keep close eyes on this one now.
So this lady slash thing was a nice person.
Oh yeah, just welcome to late stage capitalism.
This is where it was all headed.
It's too late.
And you
So basically, I would basically spend my time down on the third floor.
Fourth.
Fourth floor. See, look, I did it now.
Yep. I'm
Anyway.
gonna put a 4 on here so I don't fuck up.
I would have spent on the fourth.
Continue.
But I would spend. Sorry, the floors are really distracting me now.
Basically, just gave up the 50th of your life. It sounds like.
Yeah, it's fine.
Or you just promised that amount in servitude to whoever this is.
True.
It's probably
Maybe I could.
It's probably totally fine, guys.
Yeah. I'll probably get to run the shop.
Sure. I mean, by a weird transit property, kind of.
So when you get back in the room, Randall's just going to say, so that sounded unbelievably stupid to do.
Just gonna nod. Continue
May
to
have been
keep my
stupid.
eyes.
May have been stupid, but I got a bottle to close, so booyah.
Hell yeah. And this cool hourglass.
And so after
Somehow has my name laminated on it. And it's just going down slowly.
yeah, so it's got a bunch of regular looking sand, and then there's like a pinch towards the top you can see, and it's black sand. Roughly 1/48 of the hourglass is black sand.
Great.
Yeah, so you hear the voice call out and it says, "You adventurers, much peril ahead. Any protection you want? Or trinkets to buy? Prices are reasonable."
Gwendolyn, buddy, I'm going to just ask that you stand far away when that hourglass is near to empty.
It's no problem. And then Gwendolyn just goes like pulls the hourglass close, just like
I'm just gonna,
like a tease.
gonna put
I'm not
this-
touching you, kind of thing. Wonder what happens if it breaks. Anyways,
Oh,
Don't break the hourglass, Gwendolyn.
you break it, you buy it.
I thought I did.
That's harsh. Hmm.
Nobody else wants to go check the fabulous wares on offer?
I think her definition of reasonable and mine are not remotely in the same universe, so I'm going to continue to pass.
I buy things with gold, not with ours.
Feel likewise.
Very well, if you need me, I will be around. And then it sort of just kind of fades away, as do the items on the table. There's a thing it leaves behind on the floor, but it's not a big deal. If you want to look, you can. You don't have to.
Is it like a calling card?
Don't touch that.
It's like a giant shed skin.
Gwendolyn, not gonna touch that. No. She give out time, but she ain't touching that.
Randall just grabs the Gwendolyn's shoulder and just says, no. Just no.
Nah. No.
So if you go back to the main room, there is an exit to the north. It sounds like the humming, pulsing sound is closer when you're in here and facing north. So basically your options are there, back to the creepy shop, or to the teleporter. What do you do?
We
Uh,
will
go.
discern realities with regard to the rubble closing off the west exit.
Okay,
Oh.
I like this plan. So why don't you roll your
Yeah.
discern realities roll, and we'll see how you do. A 6. Okay, so delicious. Okay, first thing, I need you to mark an XP.
We're going to die in this room, guys.
The
It's
second thing is you still get to ask a question off of that list. I'm going to give you a terrible answer that your character believes is true, and if you act on it, you get an extra XP.
What here is not what it appears to be.
Shit. You feel that one of the people with you is... No, I was going to say compromised, but that's actually true at this point. Fuck. Yeah, you're pretty sure if you just charge at this wall headlong, the rubble, it's not really there. You're relatively sure.
So, we believe this rubble is an illusion.
Yes, you do. Whether you choose to act on that or not is definitely up to you.
I love that the key word there is charge.
Well, yeah.
Are there any loose rocks or anything in this room?
Not really. Like, this place seems like it's been swept clear, except for this kind of uniform pile of large pieces of rubble, which seems like it looks like something happened where a nice solid chunk of the stone between, like, the fourth floor and the third floor just kind of slammed down.
Like a cave in or something?
Sorta, yeah. It's kind of huge chunks of rock as opposed to, like, a bunch of pebbles or anything.
Does any among us have, like, a bow?
That's a good question.
I do not.
Do not.
Perfect.
Nope.
Perfect.
I have throwing
We're
daggers. Does
doomed.
that help?
Shit. Probably.
You have what now?
Throwing daggers.
That's an item that uses ammo like arrows, right? So you don't necessarily lose it.
Correct.
Quinn, would you do me a excuse me? Would you do us a favor and throw one of your knives at that rubble over there?
Okay, you got it.
Roll me a volley.
Do I just click this? Ah, look at that.
9. Shit.
And I got a 9.
Okay. Okay. See, if you rolled really low, I was gonna say it just disappears through like a small crack, and then it just sells the illusion even better. But a 9 is kind of,
It kind of works, but doesn't.
yeah. You hear it plink, but you don't see the knife sticking out of anything. So it definitely hit something, but you're not sure exactly where.
Okay. Can I get that back?
If you want to go, yeah, if you want to dig around, it'll take a few minutes, but you can find it.
Oh, okay, cool. So when I go searching over there, does it path open or no?
Oh no, it's a giant fucking pile of rocks.
Oh, okay. That's...
Do you report this back to 6?
Yes. I go back to 6 and like, so my dagger just hit a bunch of rocks.
Randall asks, "Why did you just throw a dagger at the pile of rocks?"
Because 6 told me to.
6, why did you tell him to throw a dagger at the pile of rocks?
We asked nicely because we suspected an illusion.
But it's a pile of rocks.
6 got intuition. You gotta believe in 6.
Well, we We know that now, which apparently was obvious to the rest of you. We have plainly not spent enough time in caves.
So is there anything else you want to do in this room? Now that you've done a little bit of exploration, or you want to head on out?
I guess it's up, right? North.
North.
All right. So this room opens up into a wide cavernous area. You've got a path kind of leading to the northwest and one leading more to the northeast. In here, there's a long table. On the table is kind of a wide mismatched variety of like plates and silverware and stuff. There's a few, looks like adventurers packs, and then scattered around the floor and on the plates are kind of just piles of bones.
Can we search the packs?
Sure. You want to look for like treasure or anything valuable, or what you trying to look for?
See if they left anything useful or valuable.
Okay. That'd probably be like a discern reality, so why don't you roll that for me? Depending on how well you roll, there might be something good there.
What stat is that?
Wisdom, I believe.
Yes.
7, not too bad. So you find inside there is a signet of one of the adventuring companies from town. It's this kind of blue sapphire amulet thing. If nothing else, it's worth money. And among the bones, there's also what appears to be an old journal, but upon opening it, it kind of maggots and stuff pour out, and the paper is squishy inside.
Ugh.
I'll pocket the signet.
Okay. I mean, what signet? Nobody saw anything. So we've got 2 exits, unless you guys want to make any kind of cool catacomb style setup of this room. Pile up all the skulls and start selling tickets for tourists and that kind of stuff. I guess there's other options too, but Um,
Can we tell what kind of beings these bones belong to?
Give me a spout lore. Some of these are easy to pinpoint. Jeez, okay. Yeah, so some of these are easy to tell. The short, squat ones are usually dwarven. The bones are a little bit thicker. The elves have kind of lighter bones that are longer. You find some humanoid ones. And then there's some that they appear to be like when you pick the bone up, it seems like it's made out of it's smooth, almost like a seashell or the inside of something like that, and you can hear liquid squishing around inside. So it's definitely from some sort of theoretically aquatic species that is kind of weird to be in a desert town.
Is it just bones?
All of them have been picked all the way clean. There's there's the few things you guys found searching through the packs and everything, but aside from that, it's just bones and bags.
Okay. I'm not particularly interested in digging further then. They don't have any secrets to share.
Okay. So I guess at that point, the question becomes, do you guys want to head to the northwestern exit or the northeastern one?
Do we hear anything, like sound-wise, from either direction?
The humming is getting louder. It seems to, the way the room's built, it kind of echoes around funny.
Hmm.
So it's a little bit hard to tell, but it's definitely been getting stronger the further in y'all have gone.
It was coming from the west when we first came in.
Right. I mean, I feel like we should take the northwestern entrance for that reason.
Okay.
I agree.
Any objections?
Yes.
All right. Seems like that's pretty unanimous then. Okay. Well, let me. Okay. I was about to say I can't delete my own thing. All right. So you go for a ways, and it sort of does this weird, windy, stupid thing, and then eventually you come to. It's like an open cave sort of area, and there's a large pit kind of right in the middle. That's the more mundane set of things. Floating above the pit is a brilliant blue kind of shining portal, and the humming portal is pulling water out of the hole into it.
So the water's going up like a vacuum.
Sort of, yeah.
Interesting. Do I know anything about this? Is the question.
That is a good question.
Gonna say if I have anything other than just, spout lore.
Yeah, I was about to say if you have any sort of like past history you're trying to search through, that would be spout lore, or discern realities would be to see if you can figure out from context clues, I suppose.
I will spout lore, I guess. Just think, to figure out what, to see if there's anything that's ringing a bell.
Okay, go for it.
On this. What is that? What is?
Wisdom,
Okay, that's what
I believe. Let me double check. Jesus, Renee. It's okay. So it's plus intelligence. So that's totally going to change your 14 to something else. So I need you
to 13.
I need you to re-roll. No, it's So I need to tell you something interesting and useful about the subject relevant to your situation. Excuse me. You remember reading about. There's a few stories. One of them was like a fairy tale, so you're not sure how much stock to put into that. But it's said that sometimes portals always act as doorways. Usually it's between two places in the same world, but not always. And depending on the way things are oriented, it could be screwing up gravity, or it could be somehow pulling stuff in. There's lots of things that could be going on.
Okay.
Also, the fairy tale, it had it pulling all the leaves off of trees, and then some children went in there, and they went to a magical land of like friendship and camaraderie. And then right before the end, they learned a cool story, and the real treasure was friendship. Spoilers.
I'm pretty sure that part's not true. As I remember that story, I'm like, yeah, that doesn't seem like that would be true. So guys, this seems to be a portal, and from what I remember reading, it's probably leading to another part of this world. There is a slim chance that it goes someplace other. But it seems to be, there's a weird like gravity thing with the portal. It pulls things toward it, and it seems to be pulling the water towards wherever it leads. I don't know how to tell whether it's been put here on purpose or by accident, though. And I don't really know what to do with it. I just know that they exist.
I don't think we're done looking at this dungeon.
Oh, wait. I think we lost Jonathan. He's gonna reload. Oh, can you hear us now? Can you hear us now? Shit. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to commercial break right after. I don't think we're done with this dungeon, and we're gonna try to troubleshoot this. So if anybody needs to go to the restroom or something, I'm going to mute the audio in Discord temporarily, or not Discord, in OBS. So those of you at home playing the home game, we have not forgotten about you. We are just we're doing troubleshooting the RPG, and that's a special subscriber bonus. All right, and we're back. Thank you for your patience. It has worked always, and any failures are on your end. So, I believe the last thing we heard was, I don't believe we're done with this dungeon yet.
Yes. I think we should go back and check the other wing and then come back and look at this portal, because the source of this portal might be over there.
Can I throw my dagger into the portal?
Absolutely.
Yay.
You don't even
Would
have
that be
to,
a volley?
you don't even have to roll for it. Wait,
Alright.
is anybody
She's just gonna let you do it. It's fine.
is anybody standing between you and the portal? This is an important question.
I'm probably like, how's everybody like? I'll probably be how do you do that thing again? It was like, hold to click. Okay, where that dot is probably where I'm at.
Okay.
Not near the edge, but like I don't know how to do the beep. Oh, whoops, that's my bad.
Now you just click and hold. See this little blip right here?
Yeah.
Okay. So is anybody going to stand between Quinn and the portal?
No, I will not. I will stand over to the side.
Okay. That's fair.
I have a policy that generally avoids stopping people from their own stupidity.
Wow, rude. Okay. Yeah, so you successfully throw a knife into a portal.
Sweet.
And so you see it go through, and there's a splash as like water comes back towards you, and then you see it like sink further in, almost as if you were looking down at a body of water or something.
Okay.
We suddenly feel very compelled to jump in.
Cannonball! If you fail your cannonball check, you go in the pit. Sorry. So, what's the consensus for you all on exploring further or um, going into this thing?
While I am fairly certain that this portal is the thing that we need to investigate,
Mhm.
I can also see the wisdom of exploring the rest just to make sure there's not something else that we should know about. Also, I don't really want to pilgrimage into the portal yet. So, you know.
Okay.
So you said the portal's like is in the sky, mostly above the pit?
Yeah, it's like 4 or 5 feet maybe above the pit.
Okay. I'm gonna go with everybody's decision of exploring the other way. I already put a dagger in it, so it's like a bookmark.
I'm not losing anything more to this damn thing.
You have claimed the portal. It is now yours.
All right. Well, you all head back through the world's most haunted picnic, and you go down the other hallway. This one ends pretty abruptly. You round the corner. Did we lose somebody? No, I just reloaded twice. There is a bit of a chasm. Maybe like it seems really, really deep, but it's only maybe like 5 or 6 feet wide. And in the room, you see there's a few bodies here along the far wall, probably like 8 or so, and they seem to be, I mean, intact. They're not moving, but they're not just bones. Excuse me.
I will go up and kind of check those out. I am interested to see, where are they from town? Are they strangers? Do they have any interesting books that I might like to take with maps?
Okay, you're just gonna like jump across the pit.
Yeah. I mean, is it jumpable?
I mean, it's only like 6 feet, but if you fuck up, it could be bad.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. Defy danger dex.
That's not at all how you type the thing. Oh, that's cool. We're good now.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
I haven't had a fail in a long time.
So three is no, it's not a fail, Renee. It's an alternative success.
Yeah.
I hope we aren't about to watch Renee fall down a hole.
No,
I have a staff. Just like, as I fall, I'll just put it over and I'll have to climb up. That's what you do in movies, right?
Mm-hmm. Let me see. Yeah.
This.
Okay, so what happens is you manage to like you slide and stumble, and at the last second you turn around and grab the ledge you were trying to jump off of, because for some reason it suddenly seems like it's way farther that you need to jump, and in the process you hit your forehead against that ledge really hard. So I need you to roll me a d4, and you're also going to take the shaky ability because you are mildly concussed.
I would imagine, yeah.
Maxing that damage roll. Maxing that self damage roll.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. So yeah, anybody else, if they want to, is able to, pull Ucha back up. If not, then I guess that's on y'all.
Quinn will try to pull Ucha up.
Success. You've done the thing.
Yeah.
Do you want
So
to
wait.
try and go across here? It's only like 5
Yeah.
feet.
Heck
See if
yeah,
there's
I wanna
anything
try.
interesting over there, like books. I want some books.
Danielle,
What
I
would
think you
be?
should wait a moment because one of us can fly.
Oh,
Would have been.
no. This is perfect.
What's it?
you're gonna 6. Is that you offering to shapeshift?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, go for it and roll plus your wisdom, if you would, for me. 11. Nice. So what are you turning into? Excuse me. Uh-oh.
Well, we can turn into a turn. It's a seabird,
Oh, hey, those got cool hair.
which should be small enough to fit through this cave tunnel as well.
Look at this bird, everybody. I put it on the roll or the video for those at home. Excuse me. That's a cool bird. I like it. Yeah, you're able to flutter across the gap, no problem. You see 8 things that are dead. Upon closer, analysis, maybe 4 of them look like species you've seen before, and the other 4 do not.
Randall asks if they have anything valuable.
Oh wait, birds can't communicate back, can they? Well, I mean, they can caw, but
Call loudly if they have anything valuable.
We
So-
roll our eyes at Randall as much as we can while being a bird.
Is that a no?
Can we tell how old these corpses are?
They smell still edible. So probably not more than like a week or so. They smell still edible to bird you, so that's probably a kind of wide range, but probably not more than a week or 2.
So at this point, it probably makes more sense for me to transform back and then call to one of the others who brought adventuring supplies to throw a rope across, maybe.
That is definitely a thing you can for sure do if you want.
And like spikes to
I-
anchor it.
I think that's up to Quinn, correct? Because does anybody else have adventure gear as well? Or
I do.
I do, but
so-
I'm definitely too concussed to do any of this.
She's just talking about soup over there.
Like, books, strange bodies,
Oh wait, I look at her body.
darkness.
But use her adventuring gear.
Quinn will toss 6 a rope.
Okay. Also, 6, when you look around kind of on your side of the chasm, there is a rock kind of outcropping. It seems to be solidly built into the floor, but you could probably loop a rope around it if you wanted to, and use that as like an anchor point for them,
Okay.
for those poor landlocked fools. So yeah, you do that, and I mean, hey, it's been roped.
So can we all go across
Mm-hmm.
with the rope now.
With the rope's
And-
assistance, even if you fuck up the roll, you can kind of reverse
Sweet.
repel your way back up. There's probably a word for that. I don't know what it is, so reverse repel.
All right, so Quinn is gonna go across to check out the bodies as well.
Okay.
Wait, you didn't anchor it on that side before you came over?
Anchoring it first, then doing that.
Retroactively anchored.
Yeah, let's say there's one of those anchor things on each side, so that works fine. I just wanted one person to get hurt on the whole trap. That's fine.
Yeah, Randall goes over too.
Sweet. Yep. Y'all are whoever wants to come over. You're free to do so now. And I guess if somebody wants to do some analysis on these bodies, let
Would
me
that
know.
be discern realities?
Yeah, that'd be discern realities from somebody. Just let me know
Ooh.
who's doing it. And if another person wants to aid, you can. But
I
that'd be
will.
2d6.
I haven't done it yet.
So who's doing discern realities?
Quinn,
Quinn. Okay.
since she hasn't done
And
yet.
Randall.
Randall
And-
will aid. Okay, Randall, roll me 2d6.
How do I do that?
Do slash roll and then a space and then type 2d6. Boom, 9. Okay, so you help out. So Quinn, you get +1 on. Oh, excuse me, on your discern realities roll.
It's a wisdom roll, correct?
Discern realities, I believe, is wisdom. I'm so bad at remembering these moves. Let me see.
Yes.
Discern
And I have a
realities is
-1.
wisdom. Not anymore. Now you have a +0.
Yeah. All right. So I guess boop. I got a 6.
Okay, ask a question off the discern realities
Wait,
list.
so is that a 7?
Oh, yeah, it's a 7. Shit, I can't give you bad ideas then. Let me
I
give
don't
you
get
the
it.
list for discern realities, unless you've got it handy.
Why didn't I click
Wait,
discern
that's
realities then?
defend. I'm a dumb. There we go.
I can only do one, right?
Yes.
What here is useful or valuable to me?
One of the dead humanoid-looking figures, they have it's. So when you first look at it, it looks like a crown. It's kind of like a silvery gold color all swirled together. It's got gems and stuff in it. And then if you pick it up, you'll notice that there's these very fine, almost invisible strands coming off of it that are like stupidly durable, and they end in 6 shackles.
Yeah, Quinn's gonna pick that up.
Okay, well, you got the thing.
Put it on her head. Be like queen of the castle.
That's certainly a thing you can do. What'd you say, 6? Sorry.
We will begin piling up the bodies on in one corner of the room.
Okay.
We ask, I think Quinn's holding the torch. We
Yes.
ask Quinn the torch.
Yes. Here you go, 6.
Thank you. And we ignite the pile.
All right. Those it's okay, so it smells like old meat cooking, and Turn you has like a fleeting memory of a burned beached whale. The smell that thing made after it was in the sun for so long. That's the smell you're getting off of half of these bodies too. Something like aquatic and briny and gross, and then also just some regular burning dead folks. So you got like, hair and fat and muscle and stuff burning. Also, like a thick, greasy black smoke begins to kind of fill out that corner of the room.
Ew.
Why 9s?
Why?
Quinn's used to bad smells. She had a pickpocket in the streets.
Huh.
Everything smelled bad.
So is the smoke like coming from the bodies, or is it just?
Yeah, it's you know, the weird crappy smoke you get from burning fat and like leather
Okay.
boots and whatever was on the clothes and just, it's the smoke of the burning of 8 adventurous lives.
We hope these souls will be able to move on. Fortunately, this is the best we can do for them right now.
Also, Six, while you're holding the torch, you notice off to like the eastern side of this room, uh, there's a hole. It's not very big. You could probably get on your hands and knees and crawl through it. It's maybe just big enough for like a humanoid figure to fit through. Um, and it looks like it comes to a bend at a certain point, so you can't see where it ends, but it could be a thing.
We relay that to the group. There seems to be some kind of a tunnel in the wall.
But this wouldn't like okay, using tricks of the trade, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's only for scene traps, or
Let me take a look at the move real quick. I think it's only for traps you can see to like disarm
right?
them. Tricks of the trade when you pick locks or pockets or disable traps. So yeah, you'd have to see a trap to be able to disable it.
All right, just making sure.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
But trap expert, on the other hand, moment to survey a dangerous area.
that would be a thing.
That would be a thing.
Yeah. What were you saying, Six?
While we're still holding the torch, we will have a look at the tunnel from this side, discern realities.
Okay. Roll it. 7. Hi, you get one question. What you got?
What should we be on the lookout for?
As you put your torch to it to kind of look into it better, you do hear it's kind of like a slow dragging sound, and then you realize that with the way this thing is angled, you've got a blind corner up ahead, and you'll be crawling into you don't know what with a shuffling thing.
I mean, it's just a shuffling thing.
It's probably just a deck of cards.
You should find out what's happening.
Ugh.
I'm gonna stay over here with my concussion.
We hand the torch back to Quinn.
Thank you. So, it's a human-sized hole?
Roughly, like it's about the height and width of like an average humanoid figure on hands and knees.
I see. Quinn, can I use trap expert? I don't know if that will. This is when you spend a moment to survey a dangerous area. Oh, well, I guess that wouldn't work here. Would it?
Hold on. Well, you'd have to kind of be in the other room for that.
Correct. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You know what? I'll let you do it from inside the tunnel if you want.
All right.
Just mostly, you have to get around the bend, and then you can ask the questions.
All right. So, I'll get in the middle.
Okay. So yeah, when you're shimmying, it takes time to actually get around the bend because you have to sort of lay down on your side and then like scoot yourself around and then get back up because there's really not enough room for you to like bend normally here. Okay. So,
Okay.
all right, let's see. Trap expert, when you spend a moment, roll plus dex.
Alright. So I'm going to click the trap expert button.
Boop.
Bam,
9.
a
Hold
9.
1. All right. So your questions are: is there a trap here, and if so, what activates it? What does? Oh, okay. Spend your hold as you walk through to ask these questions. So yeah, you have: is there a trap here, and if so, what activates it? What does the trap do when activated, and what else is hidden here?
I guess the question is, what else is hidden here?
Um, there's a roughly humanoid-sized figure that's in the corner, trying to look like a corner.
So, what's to backtrack to like the party very slowly and not make sudden movements?
Okay. As you get around the corner back towards them, you do hear the shuffling starting again. It had kind of stopped when you came around the corner.
Okay.
So yeah, you have a weird blind tunnel with a thing, and there's also a portal to throw more knives into, I guess.
I guess tell everybody there's a shuffling. Like, Six knows about the shuffling thing, but it tries to. It's more of a shuffling thing. I have no more lead on that one.
Excuse me, jeez.
So
Hmm.
we and Quinn have both heard it, but we can't identify it as yet.
Yeah, you can't identify it. I mean, the amount of things that can make a shuffling noise in a cave are relatively high, so without visual confirmation, it would be difficult. It's really all you need is somebody with a torch and a willingness to get almost stuck in a very claustrophobic place to go into a dark room with a shuffling thing and just see what's up.
Can we yell at it?
You absolutely can. You don't even have to roll. You could just yell.
Shuffling thing, what are you? Speak!
Quinn yells at the thing.
I think I might be delirious and hallucinating because we're yelling at shuffling things in the darkness.
Kill Quinn yells at the thing because the queen demands it because she's still wearing the crown thing.
You must now wear the crown thing for all time.
Exactly.
You never know, there might be magic on it that forces you to wear it.
Dun dun dun.
Suddenly, this just got really dark.
Hold on, I just have to take a completely unrelated note real quick.
Surely you know about AD&D and cursed items.
Oh yeah. But I was just struck with some sort of inspiration, so that's good. So, what's the plan here, folks?
I guess. Unless we really want to go find out what that shuffling thing is, we can always go back to the portal. Ucha, you gonna be okay?
Yes, the spinning is listening now. I think I'm. Were you shouting at something? There's a weird shuffling noise. Is that real?
Yeah, that was where I was shouting.
Okay. Then I think I'm getting okay. So what's over there?
We don't know. It's a shuffling thing in there. It won't come out, even though I command.
Roughly how high is this tunnel again?
The blind one that y'all haven't gotten to the other end yet.
Yes.
Maybe like 2.5 feet, 3 feet. It's
Maybe
about
we should just go back to the other portal,
it's about
guys.
that tall and wide. It's roughly about 3 feet tall, 3 feet wide.
So we could turn into some kind of a dog that would not be hindered by it, presumably. Have someone follow behind us with the torch.
Gwendolyn is all up for that. She already went halfway through, so.
All right, why don't you roll me a shapeshift? Alright, I'm working on ideas if you fail. You didn't fail. Damn it. I was gonna make like there's gonna be urine-based communication. That's the only way you can talk. No, that's not it. Yeah, so you turn into a dog, and you can get down that tunnel. And if you do get to the other end, well, you're a dog, so you've got pretty cool like night vision and stuff. There's a weird scaled creature in here, like humanoid size. It's wearing armor and stuff. There are like the scraps of, it looks like some sort of weird waxy paper all over the floor. There's like an empty pack. And this thing is in the corner looking at you, terrified.
We mean you no harm.
It looks at the crown, and it goes to kneel for a second, and then it stands up, and it looks like it's got 4 eyes, and it's squinting them all at you angrily, and it's...
Quinn lowers the crown, unless it's cursed.
Mm-mm. It holds a hand out.
For the crown?
Seems to be that way.
Alright. Quinn gives the crown to snake lizard thing.
It puts the crown on, and it clasps 2 of the manacles around its throat, and you can hear it like doing this wheezing thing, and it goes, "Thank you, Drywalker."
Were you the reason why there was 8 dead bodies in the other room?
Your kind killed my kind. I am the survivor.
I get that. Gotta survive, do what you do.
I wish to return home. Will this be allowed?
Yes. Unless you got anything 6.
God, Discord's really shit in the bed tonight.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah,
totally
it is.
because I was saying shit about it.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hey!
Yay!
Okay, I was wondering why.
I was wondering as well. As
He's like, I had the coolest ideas and no one even heard them.
I always hate that. So,
Okay, do you know anything about this portal?
that is the doorway home.
Because it's kind of taking a bottle of water.
We need some to support our kind. We are working to aid you, but we need the supplies.
I think you have to talk with the lady upstairs about that.
Your goddess.
Not quite.
She's in charge.
She's like delegating.
Will I be granted safe passage?
A doubt goddess.
What'd you say?
Yes.
Okay.
Safe passage. We can give you safe passage. Definitely. Safe passage, yes.
You have done nothing wrong to us. I don't see the reason other than take the water, but that could be a misunderstanding, hopefully.
We sure we can reach some kind of agreement.
This is acceptable. And it basically asks you for leave to go to the portal real quick.
Oh, I may have thrown a dagger into there by mistake, just to see if it goes through.
Randall coughs.
Your contribution is appreciated.
Can I get that back though?
In time, you will receive your dagger back.
Okay. She's like kind of moping now.
Let it go, Quinn.
But it was my favorite dagger. That's why I threw it.
You know, it's like they say, if you love something, you have to throw it and then hope you can retrieve it later.
You're just gonna stand quietly over to the side and roll your eyes. What is even happening here?
It's going to walk over to the portal. It doesn't care if y'all follow. So after a few minutes, it gets over there, and it does these hand motions in front of the portal, and it kind of begins to shimmer and then cloud up, and it looks like the portal itself freezes over, and the flow of water into it stops. And it says, "Very well. Let us depart this place. For a time. I must return to my superiors soon."
Who are your superiors?
The exalted ones on the other side of the gateway. Surely you know of them.
Quinn shakes her head.
Truly, your life is as dark as these caves, without the love of the exalted ones. This is a matter for another time. Let us go speak to your ruling individuals.
So question with the arm thing, will it grant another person go up if there was only one going down?
You can try. It should.
Alright.
5 party members.
Oh, wait a second. Alright. So I guess we go back to the great room.
Mm-hmm. Process works basically the same as before, except instead of 4, you say 5.
Right.
And it says system halted. 1 unknown life form detected. Present authorization.
Isn't that the arm authorization?
That's what I was wondering. Like Quinn bashes the arm against the thing. It's like the one with the arm authorizes the 5th party member, even though I guess does he go up to
Life
the great?
form not scanned. Must approve scan.
How do
Right.
we approve the scan?
Guess tell him it's like, hey, we need you to stand in front of this thing. Don't worry about it. It just needs to do its thing. We're not here to trick you.
It walks up and it says, "Very well." And the eye kind of protrudes out a little bit, and it says, "Beginning scan." And it goes up and down a few times, and then these little things come out the side real quick, and it pokes the creature like 7 or 8 times. And it's like, extracting fluid sample for analysis. extracting blood, extracting tissue, and it does like 4 or 5 things, and then it pulls back in, and it says, life form added to database. Proceed.
See, wasn't that bad? It's like going to whatever is a doctor. A cleric? Yeah. Religion. Anyways,
So yeah, you're all beamed up, and there's a little bit of surprise when you walk out of the teleport room on the first floor with basically a giant fish.
Well, nobody was surprised when we came in. And we have skilled arms and legs.
Well, they know like druid stuff, but this is more complete.
it's a walking fish. Oh, I see where you're going now.
Yeah.
That's plagiarism.
Nope, I didn't put it. I didn't put it on the stream directly, and I didn't say what it looked like.
it's not the picture's not showing, so it's fine.
It's a fishy fish person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
It's a
totally
fishy
kidding.
fish.
Probably
The
type
Homo
that
fishian.
URL in.
What was that? 6?
Viewers at home can probably type that URL in.
Cleared the current chat log. What URL? Yeah, no, that
You
was.
forgot this is a stream.
Wah, wah.
Luckily, there's one thing that nobody will ever be able to do with video, and that's pause and rewind. So,
So we go back to Ash
yeah, if y'all want.
with our new friend.
She looks up, and her jaw kind of drops, and like she cocks her head to the side, and one of the kobolds falls out of his chair. Like the orc stands up, and he grabs a spear, and Ash waves her hand as she walks up, and he doesn't point the spear directly at the fish thing, but you can tell that all the kind of people serving as guards in here are definitely paying attention. And Ash looks over at you all, and she waves, and she's like, "What's going on?"
Good news! We have found the cause of the water disappearance.
We found others who are in need of water, as we are.
I go to the fish person and say, "What's your name?"
This one's name is not pronounceable in the air. Perhaps it would be fitting for you all to give me a name. For
This is Bob.
I am Bob.
Bob took some water without asking. He's very sorry.
He somehow used teleportation magic through portals.
He kind of stands up straight and he goes, "I offer no apologies for taking what was needed for my people."
He's very sorry.
My land is dying, and in order to help you contain the threat that you face, we need water.
Quinn's like, "Bob, help me, help you, help me."
Aaron, I can barely hear you right now.
Oh, my mic was kind of far away. Sorry. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we were thinking we give Bob some water. Bob helps us. We give, they give. Live, let live.
Yes, Ucha?
Bob,
Yes.
how do you know of the threat that we face?
We have felt it. It affects all lands and all places in this world.
How would you be able to help us?
Our people were entrusted with a sacred duty in times long past, when this creature was first bound. We seek to aid again in this process, if it can be bound again. We made a body of water that was sanctified by some ritual I am not permitted to know. And once the water was sanctified, it helped to keep the thing at bay.
And your people can do this again.
Yes. We can... What is... Translation is difficult. We can put the cover back on, provided you can put it back in the hole.
I think that we should do whatever we must to help these people. And even if it means that we must sacrifice water for a time, we can't turn down any help in this situation, and I think all of you know this.
Ash says, "That's very true. We do need all the help we can get, but I don't think you all understand how dire our situation is. With less things to hunt, and if we're having less water, some of these people are going to die."
We're all going to die if we don't solve this problem.
We both have to survive somehow equally.
She's kind of rubbing the bridge of her nose. She says, "So I have to decide whether to sacrifice some of my people now for a maybe help later, provided that the people that we have left after the ones we've already lost can put the thing back in the place it needs to be before they can do the thing."
Well, you put it like that.
I'm just saying this is going to be a hard sell.
Probably.
Okay. We'll, is this what you all think we should do?
I mean, they know the way to put him, whatever it is, back. Like I said, we just have to put him back in the hole. They can put the cover.
Okay. And, Six, what did you say?
We believe this is correct.
And I mean, it's a lot easier to ration out the water now that the spigot's been turned off, I guess.
The
Portal, spigot,
mhm.
same thing.
Bob
It's kind
says, with the supply we have, we can be okay for a time, but we will need to gather more water soon.
Then our goal should be, within that time, to contain this evil
Very
as best
well.
we can, as
Yes.
quickly as we can.
That doesn't help us with the water supply, though, does it?
Bob goes, our lands are plentiful with foods. If we could perhaps establish a trade of sorts.
Food for water.
It's good. Foods for water. Yeah.
Water is vital for all of our species, equally, I am afraid. And
Wait, is the food edible?
we assume so. I know little of your physiology or your dietary needs. We have other aquatic life we can provide.
Yeah.
There are some plants that bear fruit which is poisonous to us, but perhaps not to you.
Okay.
We recommend a trial before wide distribution. And he looks around and he says, I, of course, am not allowed to make this deal on my own. I must go back and speak with the Exalted Ones and see if this is something that they will agree to. Perhaps our two lead councils could have a discussion.
Quinn looks at Ash and is like, what do you say, Ash?
I guess. Yeah, sure. Should I was gonna say we could meet in neutral ground, but there's kind of none of that. There's just the dungeon.
There's a picnic table downstairs.
It might need to be cleaned off first.
We can use the skeletons as decorations. Don't worry about it. I got it. I'm going to be down there anyways. I'll fix it up. Be fine.
All right, how much time is left on your hourglass, Quinn?
I have no idea how much time is left in my hourglass.
Right now you've got it looks to be about equal parts black sand and regular sand.
Can I just flip it over? What happens if I flip it upside down?
You flip it upside down, and the little bit of sand at the bottom starts flowing up.
Does anything happen?
It basically is continuing to drain sand as if it was right side up.
Oh, great. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So you have 30 minutes left, basically.
It's fine.
So yeah, the thing says, we have another doorway further down, an area that is mostly empty. We can take you to it if you wish to scout the area and see if it is safe for perhaps a meeting in a neutral place. I prefer not to use the floor where my kind have already been slaughtered. It sets a bad precedent.
That is perfectly understandable.
Yeah, that's... Yeah.
Hey, can I ask Bob about the hourglass?
Yes.
See if he knows anything about that hourglass and what it does.
Quinn just shows it up like a prize. Let us... Hey! Da, da, na, na, na.
Shakes
He's-
your head.
He looks at it, and then he closes two of his eyes and like squints them, and with the other ones he kind of looks it up and down, and he backs away and he says, "This item is wrong."
That's what I said, Bob. That's what I said.
It's it's an illusion. And he goes to reach out for it. Are you gonna like pull away or anything?
No. Let
Yeah.
Bob do the thing.
Yeah, he goes to reach out to it, and he puts his hand straight through it. He says, "I may not interact with this thing."
So no one else can touch it but me. Correct?
Perhaps. I would assume the only other one who can touch it would be the other one that you are bound to.
Okay. Things I do for a bottle.
That's troublesome.
What was even in that bottle?
Fire elemental. The soul of a fire elemental, correct?
It's like the essence of one or something like that, I believe. Yeah. I'm sure we can find something to do with it. Chug, 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 chug.
That was one character. Let's leave it.
I'm giving you a chance to typecast yourself. You need to take it. All right. He says, "Shall we depart to the other area?"
Quinn will go with Ash.
She tries to think of like a salute or something, and then holds her hand out, and Bob looks confused, so she hugs him like really awkwardly. And she's like, "Okay, sorry, I'm new at this whole diplomacy thing. Yeah, we hope to have a successful working relationship with you, Bob." And he nods, and he walks over to the portal room and I guess waits for you guys.
I'll go, I'm kind of I'm gonna kind of walk with Bob because I really would like to know how they create these portals.
I'm getting really nervous around Quinn.
Look,
It's just an hourglass that I can only touch, and that other, whatever it is, it's fine. Don't worry
look,
about
you know, in like 28 minutes, it won't even be a problem, and it won't even be Quinn. So,
it. Oh, there you go. Look at that.
Oh, that's promising.
All right, I'm just very nervously just behind Bob, just putting Bob between me and Quinn at all times.
He
So,
won't be able to stop that hourglass if it turns into something weird.
but that doesn't.
Snakes.
That's what all those tiny grains of black sand were. Snake.
But the shopkeeper wants me, what, 2 hours a day, correct?
Half an hour of your time every day,
Okay, that's what I thought.
which, yes, was left purposely vague.
Yeah.
So, Bob asks you to return to the floor you found him at.
Okay.
He has no idea the numbering system that, you guys use or
Right.
how far down it was.
So who's coming with? Everybody?
Seems like it.
All right. So arm on the radical thing
hmm
and 5 people.
Bleep bloop, goosh, bleep bloop, 4th floor. So Bob leads you the roundabout way over to the portal. Walking through the picnic room, something feels weird, but it's probably fine. You know, you can just keep on walking through. Nothing's gonna try to attack you or anything, so it's fine.
Well, if something feels weird, we are going to discern realities.
Fine.
It's our favorite button.
It's a good button. 13. Shit. All right, ask me 3 questions.
Nice.
Knower of everything.
What is about to happen?
One of the piles of bones is about to fall over for some reason. Yeah, 2 more.
Hang on a moment. I think John dropped out.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
He's back.
Jonathan can hear us? What'd you do?
I mean, obviously, we've made Discord angry. It's probably my fault.
Probably.
Can I
Actually,
blame it on someone else, though?
actually, this works perfectly because Quinn is not actually here to hear these answers. So keep on asking.
Okay.
Oh shit.
What should I be on the lookout for?
Fantastic deals and whatever's inside that bone that's vibrating on the table.
Okay.
Huh.
Excuse me. And one more.
And what here is not what it appears to be?
Quinn is not Quinn right now. You don't know exactly what
How
Quinn
did I
is right
find
now,
it?
but like the entire demeanor around this meat suit is different. Like it Quinn is looking at her own hands, kind of like amazed, and you can kind of like hear the muscles and stuff like creaking and straining as she flexes and unflexes all of them.
Okay, if I've been watching like the hourglass sand this entire time, would I
Mhm.
notice anything?
Oh, the black sand is sort of glowing, bluish. And instead of like flowing normally, it kind of makes this weird little tornado and just I mean, it looks like it's flowing out at the same, speed, but it's energetic.
Guys, I
Can you hear
think
me again?
Yes.
I'm using my phone. Okay, let's go.
Okay. So
Anyways.
yeah, we're while you were gone, I decided your time is up. So, um, shopkeeper lady is basically piloting you right now.
Oh, good.
So you're
See what you did?
you are. It depends on how you define a person, but your body is present for this.
Worth it.
oh god.
So that would be an hour a day, correct?
Half hour.
Half hour?
Yeah, it's fine. Maybe there'll be future deals where we can work on the timeshare. But yeah, like, so it's almost like you're sitting inside of a robot looking through the eyes, and you can see it moving, and you can hear the words coming out, and you can hear the sounds going in, but you can't affect anything with limbs or voice or anything.
Okay.
That seems terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, Quinn's kind of freaking out a little bit.
I watched.
She knew this was a bad idea, but not this bad.
Yeah. It could be so much better. Matt says, "I see we're reaching into my nightmare box tonight."
Randall says, Quinn, you there, buddy?
I don't know. Can I respond or?
You
or
can say
will you
something.
respond?
He's not going to hear. Why don't you tell me what you want to say?
All right. No.
Quinn is here. Yes. And there's like a
Whatever.
big toothy smile.
I don't think Quinn is here anymore, guys.
Do not listen to this one. Quinn is here.
Quinn is just totally not
uh,
here, guys.
The Quinn is good. The Quinn is your friend.
The Quinn is
Can
not
you
your friend.
repeat for us what
Quinn,
you said?
if you can hear me, I told you not to buy the bottle.
She like rolls her eyes in the back of her eyes. She's like, I know.
Six. What'd you say?
Can you repeat for us what you said about the bone on the table?
It was vibrating. It looked like a femur bone, and it is vibrating to the point where it's like bouncing around. So you guys can, you know,
Shit.
do stuff in here or head on to the portal. It's your call.
We will split that bone in half with our
Just
spear, or at
leave
least
Quinn.
try.
Okay. Before you do, Quinn's gonna try and stop you and say, "This would make a fine addition to the Quinn's collection. May I have it instead?"
What do you want for the Quinn?
Oh,
No, we don't give her anything.
I figured
No,
we
no, no.
were friends and I could have it. You were going to destroy it, and I could do so much more with it.
Well, now maybe we establish our friendship. You know, I give you bone, you give me something else. The Quinn. Like, say, say a bottle with.
Can I talk to?
You give me like a Defy Danger Con real quick.
Alright. Boom.
7.
Say, if you had a bottle with fire elemental essence, I would give you this bone easy peasy.
Oh, that is not mine to give.
But I thought you were the Quinn.
I am, but I'm saving it for a friend. So Quinn, yes, you can temporarily gain either speech or body control for like 10 seconds. But if you choose to do so, you are impeding this one's agreed upon time, and there may be consequences.
I'm gonna. Quinn knows when she messes up,
Mm-hmm.
so she's gonna try to fix
Okay.
or try to make things worse. One or the other,
Okay.
but try to fix it.
So you're gonna use arms or voice, or what you gonna do?
So she's going for the bone, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I guess a speech tell them, don't give. I did bad. I'm sorry.
So you hear that in Quinn's normal speech pattern, and then like the eyes are full of surprise and then anger. It says, "No, do give to the Quinn."
No, don't give it. If the possessing ghost lady wants it this badly, nothing good will come of it.
It is valuable in the right hands.
Right hands.
Could I just keep on messing with her? Would it just keep on doing a con?
I mean,
You should for the rest of the 30 minutes.
at
let's do that.
least for this scene, you can just kind of interject.
Okay. So it's gonna be basically no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, kind of thing. Don't do it. Don't do it.
And this whole time we're standing over here with our spears. I'm like, can we do this or not?
One hand is going to clamp over the mouth, and the other hand's going to make the give me motion.
So, about that potion of fire essence.
Looks over at you. Cocks an eyebrow. It's trying to do its best not to allow the interloper to speak.
So if I rolled bad, that would have been like worse, right?
Maybe. Well, I'll talk about that part off air with you.
Yeah. no
not
problem.
not for like future reference, but like I have some sort of like media touch point things I was gonna see if you were familiar with to use for
All right.
better illustration.
This
Coolio.
is such a heavy bone, and I might drop it and break it.
It you see it hunch over almost like an animal, and its eyes just look like you could see its eyes fill with need.
Mm. Mm-mm.
I
No,
want
you
it.
you
I
ignore
needs
all
it.
of that.
Precious.
Well, we are going to go ahead and break it.
Okay.
Is-
Hmm.
Is that a roll or does it just happen?
No, you can do it. It's easy enough to hit. The Quinn is going to like lightning quick shoot up behind this fish guy, get one of the throwing knives, and put it against his throat.
Okay, hold on. Am I in speak? Can I speak?
You can
since
still
she's
speak,
basic?
but you have no control over the
So
arms.
Bob, I apologize for this.
What is
It
happening?
is not really my fault. Well, I did a stupid.
Hmm.
It's definitely your fault.
It is my fault on this one, Bob. Whatever actions I'm doing right now, that doesn't have anything to do with the.
I only ask that you return the crown
I can't.
to the exalted ones.
I don't think. All right. So, guys, how much time do we got left, by the way? I don't know if I can ask that or not.
Probably like 15, 20 minutes.
Gotta stall as much as we can. Quinn says.
Yeah, so you're kind of giving advice while your body is got this guy in like a chokehold and is dragging him to the corner.
Okay, guys, just give her the bone.
The bone is destroyed at
It-
this point.
It is broken, but the thing that was inside is not yet dead. Give it to me.
Can I throw down the gauntlet at the Quinn?
Yes.
Yes, totally can.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Challenge.
challenge what is the Quinn to a duel then.
Okay. It's
If I
gonna
can.
it's gonna look at you. So what do you say?
All right, you body snatching little ghost shopkeeping witch. Put up your dukes, draw your sword, and bring your best.
So what
Or
it's,
Quinn's best.
so what it's gonna do is hold the hourglass in one hand. Quinn, what weapon do you have? Like normally?
Dagger.
Just dagger. Okay. So dagger in one hand,
Yeah.
an hourglass in the other. It's going to open the lid that you guys didn't see before, drag the knife across its hand, and squeeze into the hourglass. And more black sand is going to appear. And after that, the hourglass turns itself over. And Quinn, you're back in control. Also, you've been challenged to a duel.
Awesome. What did she do with the blood in the hourglass?
There's more black sand now.
Oh, okay.
Damn it.
So wait, did she add more time?
Yeah, basically, it's like rollover time. You tried to use her minutes, so now she's got rollover minutes.
Great. All right. Cool. You got
We should
paladins,
probably
right?
try to figure out how to destroy the hourglass.
Yeah. We'll figure. We got one problem at it. Okay, I just caused a problem. But yeah, let's do it.
Wait. I mean, you can still duel if you want to. I'm just saying, you have full body control now.
I figured that having +1 rolls ongoing against the coin would be useful.
I don't see why. That's crazy. Y'all are such great friends.
Now that Quinn has more back. I mean, I think it's like that that move exactly like I supposed to do it, but I mean you got a 4.
Now you don't have to accept all. And
No, I don't have
suffer
to.
any
Yeah.
penalty.
So I'm like, I don't think I'm going to, but thank you for trying.
So now, Randall,
And I look
you
at
look
Bob
like
and
a
I'm like-
doofus.
I look at Bob and I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Randall, you take reputation damage. Uh, Bob says, at another time there will be explanation for what happened. For now I am thankful to be alive.
Question, Bob. Can you help me with this later on?
I would not know where to begin, but perhaps the Exalted Ones would. We can see.
I may go with Bob.
So is there anything else y'all want to do in this room? Or, oh, there's also like a weird snake.
What was the item that was inside
Yeah.
the bone?
Yeah, exactly.
A snake that's much longer than seems like should be able to fit in the middle of the bone.
A living snake?
Yes, it's a snake. It's alive and it has slithered out of the broken bone. The bone was like maybe it's like a femur or something, so it was like what, a foot and a half or something long. And this snake is probably like 7 feet long. It seems to still be coming out of the bone. And you notice like as it crawls out more, the bone seems to have eroded a little bit.
Maybe we should
Probably
kill
should
that.
kill that. We should
Wait.
probably kill that.
Hey, Bob, you know anything about this snake?
It is not from my lands. I am very wary of it upon seeing what came out of such a small space.
Are we able to study this snake?
Do you have any sort of like containment unit that isn't a bone?
Can the adventuring gear bag? There's bags, right?
We could say you
on
have.
the picnic table and everything.
Oh yeah, there's bags if you want to put a crazy
Can we
snake
just
in a
7-foot
backpack.
snake in a bag.
Pretty
Snake
much,
pack.
yeah.
That's on you, Quinn.
I mean, I already started this. Gotta finish it.
Yeah. Studying would probably be easier without the language barrier, I guess, between hisses and normal language. But
Yeah.
if you want, you can try and put it in a bag for another time, or if somebody wants to use an adventuring gear thing, I could say you have like a spare water skin or something. You can try and cram it in.
Well,
Yeah, water skin. Oh, what? What would you like to do?
there are marine snakes,
Mm-hmm.
so we will try all of the marine snake tongues that we know in order to try and speak to this snake.
Okay. Can you do that normally, or do you have to like transform or something? Oh wait, spirit tongue.
Pretty sure it's just normally.
Yep, they are as language to you. Nice. Okay.
Nice. That's really cool.
So what do you say to it? We're just gonna pretend you broadcast in all snake languages at once. I think you cut off. What'd you say?
I'm still trying to decide. That's
Oh,
a tough one.
okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought I heard like a click or something, so I didn't know if it was cutting you off.
We've been burned by Discord before.
Yes.
I already been burned. I'm using a phone.
We attempt to greet the snake.
It stops trying to wiggle its way into a pile of bones, and then turns around and looks at you. What? These are mine, and I will not share them.
Aaron, can you say that again? I didn't hear you.
These are mine, and I will not share them.
That's cool.
You could keep the bones. Put them in this little cage for you, you know?
So presumably it's claiming possession of the bones in here.
Basically.
Can you ask it why a shopkeeper that possesses people's souls might want it?
You can ask that message to be conveyed if you want.
Not just yet. May we ask what you are doing inside of that bone?
Growing. These are home. These are food.
Huh.
Grow quicker in live bones, but dead will do.
Ew.
Quinn shivered, but she doesn't know.
So I guess I have a mechanical question.
Sure.
How long of a time frame would it be to study the snake?
We could basically what we could do is make it like a. Do you want to study it like here in its entirety, or do you want to like bring it with you and do like a more in-depth kind of long-term study, or what's the idea? You know, like a quick, yeah, quick or long-term, basically.
What I want to do is study its essence, so I can transform into one.
Mm.
Huh.
Let's say, if you get it to come with you, you could bring it with you, and like it'll perhaps be calm enough for you to study, and maybe by the beginning of next session you could do it.
Okay. So, go ahead.
Oh no, it was just a hiccup. Sorry.
Okay. So, we asked the snake if they will accompany us for a while. And
If I come with you, will I get a new home? A fresher home?
we asked Bob if the snake may go on to live in their world where there is fresh fish to eat, presumably.
Bob says, I would be hesitant to bring a predator such as this to our land, but I also am not the one to make such decisions. It seems that it would require quite large of a fish to eat. It seems to be mostly focused on bones.
Hmm.
The snake looks at you, Six, and it says, "If I come with you when this is all finished and you get back home, just put me on the ground. I'll find a home."
Okay then.
Do you agree to these terms?
Find these terms agreeable.
Very well. And it's going to coil its way kind of up your leg and hang out on your shoulder like a really weird cat. Or parrot. Let's go with parrot. Not everybody's cats like to climb on their shoulders.
Do you have a name?
I am I am new to this world. I do not.
Absolutely not.
Bobby.
But Bob.
No, I want to give the snake an actual good name.
Oh, burn.
Um, this snake may be one that hasn't been very well studied ever. So what we can do is just kind of brainstorm, work on ideas for a name for the snake itself, and for like the species if you want to. You get to name a species, basically. Have fun with that.
Okay.
But we're slowly running out of time, so I'm gonna while you are studying the snake, you guys make your way to the portal. You come out. So, do you go into the portal with Bob? Do all of you go in?
Yes.
I know Quinn is going because of the hourglass thing. Also, figured out a way. So it's like a werewolf rule. Try to tie Quinn up to a tree or
Mhm.
whatever
Okay.
when the time starts. You know,
Mm.
can't do anything then.
Dick move, bro. Dick move. Okay, like it. Like it.
It's the werewolf theory of treatment.
Mm-hmm. Also, Will, are you still there? I'm not. I can't.
I'm
Okay.
still-
Okay. I just want to make sure. So yeah, you all go through the portal. You're immediately underwater. And Bob grabs you by the hand and leads you to another portal. So,
Do I see my dagger before we go through this?
this is a lot of water,
Later.
and it doesn't seem like it.
Okay.
Priorities.
So, probably, 20,
Let me
30,
try.
40 seconds later, you emerge from another portal very similar to the one you went into. It's not hovering over a giant pit, though. And, yeah, there's no water flowing into this one either. But you come out, and you're in the middle of a huge cavernous room. You don't really see anything there. There's like a long in the middle of the room. It looks like there was an enormous stone column that at some point fell over, and now kind of acts as like a border between two halves of the room. But aside from that, it's pretty much empty. You see an exit. There's one to the north and one to the south. And you see like a red glow from the one to the south.
Hmm.
I guess let Bob lead the way since he knows where he's going.
He so he leads you to the one to the south, and it's another teleporter room. And he goes, "We did not know what these were. Um, I am glad that we were able to live in ignorance of this thing, but it seems we must interact with it now. So perhaps you can record the location of this area to come here in the future for our meeting."
So wait, we went through the portal in the Monunki.
Mm-hmm. You went through the portal, and on
To
the
a
fourth
different-
floor of the Monanke, you went through that portal into
Ocean
a
portal.
different one. You came back into a giant cavern with another scanner thing in it.
Right.
Okay.
Which we just have to switch on somehow. Or something.
With the arm.
So
Do we
Quinn goes
have
with
the
the
arm?
arm, and yeah, Quinn always has the arm.
Maybe Quinn shouldn't have the arm
Comes in
anymore, you
handy.
guys.
It comes in
Quinn shouldn't
handy.
have anything important anymore.
Oh man, I should have done like a run and said, "Should have given me the corpse snake or the bone snake," and then thrown the arm into the pit.
That's a dick move, right?
We can still fly
Quinn
it.
goes with the arm. Then to the reticle, I guess, and see if it'll activate.
It takes a little while to power up. It glows red at first, and then this one glows green, and it says, "Welcome. I'm the Spire Helper. What can I do for you today?"
Oh, I like this one better already.
This one talks more.
It's like
Hello.
it almost actually looks like an animated eyeball, and you can see it like blinking and looking around at you all.
It's way nicer
Um,
than the one we've used.
I know, right? So I guess we just want us to save this location,
Yes.
right?
Yes, because
So
they
register
said,
us to here.
yeah.
Would you like to save this waypoint to your access chip?
Yes.
The arm is the X. Oh, maybe because the arm has like a subdermal. How long has this arm been around? Why is the? Never mind. I can't figure this out. My brain not working well.
You're still concussed.
Yes. Register.
Well, we can always take apart the arm to find it later.
Mm-hmm. You can.
This is true. This is true.
So,
Save space.
um, it would. How do you respond to the inquiry?
The register
Okay.
on the arm.
It goes, "Okie dokie, 1 second." And then it turns into like a little loading circle. And he goes, "Got it, boss. We're all done. You now have access to floor 39 of the Spire. Is there anything else I
So
can
we're
do
still
for
in
you
the
today?"
Monunki. Are we in the Monunki? Or does it know it by the name Monunki?
The eye searches a bit. And he goes, "I don't understand, Menanki."
Open options.
Options. I was going to say language, but one of you fuckers is going to change the language on it, and I'm not doing that. Brightness,
It'll be
eye
quick.
color,
For joy.
personality,
Personality.
personality, grouchy, happy, bored, sad,
Oh, don't mess with the personality.
Happy.
Happy.
current setting, happy, keeping, setting, safe,
Yes.
okie dokie.
Map. Layout.
You are on the ground. The spire goes up and down from here.
Okay.
Interesting.
So, would floor 1 be a different floor then? But this is a different portal. I'm really confused. Anyways. Quinn is just utterly confused.
Would you
He's,
like
like,
to
waving
go
the hand
anywhere?
Quinn looks at Bob and then, like, do we need to go? Where are we going next?
Um, well, I, I don't. This thing is odd. Perhaps we can reconvene here in a day's time. Um, I can speak to the Exalted Ones and have them come here, and you can have a your ruling council, as well as any guard you feel you need. We present you no harm or no threat, but we understand the need for safety.
Yeah, just don't like. I'm about to say, don't let me be there. But anyways,
Yeah, just I'll have to tie down Quinn.
yeah, just I'll have the hourglass out, just like a necklace, maybe, so everybody will know.
Like a medical alert badge.
Yeah, there you go.
Help! I've black sanded and I can't get up. Um,
So I guess I tell because we're gonna reconvene later with
Yeah.
the people. So I guess we should try teleport to first floor,
okie dokie.
right?
How many people
Yes.
are going to first floor?
For
Okie dokie. See you later. And then you're all liquefied and transported back to the top floor, which is the kind of the area where you started this mission.
I am still
we're
not
back.
a fan of this method of travel, you guys.
I'm not either. Oof. I don't think I'll ever get used to it.
I'm coming around.
So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna end it here since it's getting kind of close to quitting time. We'll say that you all kind of report back. The meet back here tomorrow, and we'll meet with the ruling council and all that kind of stuff. So,
Quinn gives Ash back the arm. Tell her there's a floor 39. Was it 39?
yes. She looks and she says, "What? 39? How?
Yes,
How?
we were there.
How?"
We took a portal and then another portal, and then we were there. And there was another transporter room. Only the guide, the transporter voice guide, was
More friendlier.
Use
almost
options and set it to happy.
almost giddy. Yes, it was quite pleasant, but very strange.
Oh, I'm not sure what to do with that information, but it's good to know.
I am not
the same
either, but I
process.
thought you might want to know. Knowledge is the greatest thing to have.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I'll. Oh, sorry. What were you saying?
What all floors of the tower have been explored thus far, anyway?
Well, we've got like the first 5 that after 5, the number of people who've been there gets really low. Some of the Green Cloaks claim they've been to 11 or 12. I think they're full of bullshit, but I can't say it out loud. But usually, when you get to lower floors, things get way worse.
We
So,
imagine.
Yes, this is true. My own experience does, in fact, attest to that.
so
Why
one,
39 was not bad.
I'm not sure, but I'm relatively sure that I am not going down there without a full complement of bodyguards. So, I guess I'll put out the feelers for that, and we'll do that tomorrow.
Bob said that you can bring whatever to the meeting.
Okay, well, I was gonna do it anyway, but I'm glad he's okay with it.
It does make diplomacy much easier that way.
That's true. I heard of somebody there.
I forgot.
Oh, I didn't tell you about that whole story. I there's a song about somebody who named their axe diplomacy, and it was, it was a big. It kills at the taverns. I'll tell you guys later. It's fine. Um,
I'm sure it does.
so what we're gonna do is end it here. So we're gonna go over XP. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, everybody, look at your alignment. We're gonna go down the list. So, Danielle, what is your alignment for 6?
Neutral.
Okay, what's it say for the trigger?
Eliminate an unnatural menace.
I don't.
Instead, you befriended it and had it sit on your shoulder. It's fine.
That's true.
It's an animal, so how unnatural is it?
Oh, it wasn't a bone.
Very mysterious.
That's true. But either way, I don't think there was an elimination of an unnatural threat yet. So we're gonna say no on that one. Quinn, what was your alignment?
Chaotic leap into danger without a plan. You could say I kind of did, just by all the bad choices I made, technically.
Yeah, I was gonna say make. Yeah, let's. No, I think that's one. Randall, what's yours?
Mine is neutral.
All right. And what's the thing for neutral?
I think we decided that it was avoiding fights.
Y'all did manage to not see. I was planning on y'all jumping into the portal and rage killing everything in the other side of the portal, and hoping that it would close. And then instead, you guys did diplomacy, and I didn't plan for this. So I had a sheet of monsters, and they just sat there. Well, not really monsters. They're people, and they have names, and it's all Bob or Blub or different combinations of that because they're water people.
So, guys, we have in fact fulfilled the first goal of that D&D podcast. Screw up Aaron's plans all the time.
Basically. But so yeah, I'll say you get an XP for that since y'all avoided all the combat.
Right.
And
Especially with that teammate.
yeah, you diffused that ugly situation. Ucha, what was yours?
I'm lawful. I endanger myself following the precepts of my church or God, and I totally think I get this because I tried to jump over that chasm. I got a concussion.
What is your religion
did.
again? Oh, the secret stuff. And you were
The
trying
cult
to
of
get
secrets.
you were trying to get
Yeah,
secrets
yeah.
to jump across. Yeah.
I gain secrets.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yes.
So make sure you also mark an XP for failure.
Yeah, I
all
did
the
that
failures you've
earlier.
had. So the way we're gonna do it is at the end of the session when we do the 3 questions I'm about to ask, and then the mission XP, that stuff gets distributed amongst your roster of characters. Your failure XP and your alignment stuff goes just to your character. So
the
it's like
character.
2 independent little pools. So first question, did we learn something new and important about the world?
Portals.
I'm going to say that's
Fish people.
probably a pretty definitive yes. Did we overcome a notable monster or enemy? No.
If you count the fish person as an overcoming, and because we technically befriended him, and that's
We
an
overcame
overcoming.
Quinn.
But the thing,
Notable enemy Quinn.
shit, even Quinn overcame Quinn. Fuck. All right, yeah. Yeah. When the blood went into the hourglass, for those at home, there was a little thing at the top. It said "Shopkeeper will remember this" as you got power back. So,
Of course.
did we loot a memorable treasure? You got a cool, weird crown with shackles on it,
That I
which
had for a
feels
bit.
memorable. So,
Somebody has a ring, right?
I got a
Yeah,
ring.
sapphire ring.
Nobody
I don't
knows
know
about
if
it, but I got
Yeah,
that
and
ring.
I don't know if it's memorable, but I did remember from the pile of bones on the.
And we have the snake.
snake. 6 at the end of the study. Once you feel you've learned, from the snake, do you let it go in the first floor of the Menanke, as it requested. Excuse me. Danielle, you there?
Hmm.
Okay. Are you gonna let the snake go when you finish studying it?
Yes,
Okay.
but we will also ask it to treat the people with kindness.
I will do what I can, it says as it slithers off. Um, so I think you guys got 3 XP for that, the end of session stuff, and then we're gonna go to the job XP, which on the top left. Hold on, I can draw your attention to it. Blunk. You get 1 XP for taking the job, which you did. You got 1 XP for finding the cause of the water disappearance, which you did. You got 1 XP for reporting the cause of the water disappearance, which you did. And then we have 2 bonus XP, which is to end end the session without killing the thing responsible, which you didn't do, and everybody makes it back alive. So you did that too. So that's 5. You got 5 XP, which goes to your character you played tonight, and that's the 5 that will also be distributed amongst. Sorry, shit, that's 8 XP just for that. Okay, yep, because it's 5 and then the other end of session questions. So yeah, 8 to distribute amongst your bench and also to go to your character you played tonight. And I think that should be it. Yes.
It's your level
Question.
plus 7 to level up, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
What about
Um.
the wall that I thought was
sorry.
wasn't?
That counts as 1 fail XP. I'll give you an extra XP since you did act on that, and we had a little diversion time where we used it as target practice. So,
That
yeah.
was fun.
So that 7 when I rolled a 6 because it doesn't count as a fail, correct? Because of the help when I rolled.
Right. It goes by whatever the final is. So you had
Okay.
help on that, so it made it a 7.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah. So we
So,
can. Yeah.
did I have 1 failure from the duel?
Yes.
Yes.
That's a fail. So you get 1 XP for that. In order to level up, you need 7 plus whatever your current level is worth of XP. So all level 1 people should have level 2, just from the mission and end of session XP. Don't worry, I'll kill you for it later.
This is true.
But
So does our XP go down then? Do our bring our XP down?
yeah, you subtract whatever amount you're
Yeah.
using to level up. So you kind of like take it out of the pool.
It's like a running tally because otherwise you can't remember what you did. I made that mistake one time.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna end our recording here as well. So thank you to the 4 of you for coming out and playing. Hopefully you had an okay time. Thank you to those of you who are watching or listening at home or wherever the hell you're listening to it. I'm not gonna say you have to do it at home. Do it at work if you want. I'm not your dad or your mom or your boss. I'm rambling again. So if you want to contribute monetarily to the dumb things we do, you can go to patreon.com/thatdndpodcast. podcast. We are affiliates on Twitch now, so if you want to subscribe to us, or you could donate bits while we're streaming, which I think is like money of some sort. It might be another cryptocurrency like banana coins or something. I'm not sure. But yes, thank you everybody, and we will see you all next week. Night.